We have risen from the ashes to school the masses. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Scholars of Wrestling Show. I'm your man behind the microphone, Scholar Jeff. To my left is Scholar Tarek.
Hello. Just hello.
Hello. And to his other left is Scholar Brian.
Happy week in wrestling. It's been a good one.
Yes, surprisingly.
That's why I'm wearing my Yes shirt to show how happy I am.
It's weird.
Yes,
we have some stuff to complain about, but not as much as we normally do.
All I can say is, oh my god, this past month, gone. From 1 week.
I wouldn't quite go that far, but
for me,
Let me say this, okay? One moment, made me a happy wrestling fan again.
Well, until we get to that, let's dive right in with the usual way we kick things off with a little bit of backstage news.
Indeed. We always start with peeking behind the curtain and checking in on a little
backstage news.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Okay.
Awkwardly awesome.
Awkward mez start off.
It's how scholars work.
What, awkward sensual mez?
Awkwardly amazing.
Speaking of awkwardly amazing, apparently WWE has a brand new sponsor for a tribute to this year's Tribute to the Troops and Slammy Raw.
Well,
and who is this sponsor?
Coca-Cola.
Coke.
Apparently they've been chasing Coca-Cola or trying to woo them for years, and now they finally they're like the holy grail of sponsors.
Well, apparently Mountain Dew just can't cut it no more.
Depending on who you talk to, they never could.
And then you just bring on the Coke.
Bring on the Coke, indeed.
Cola.
You know,
that's actually a big news. That actually is a big deal.
That is huge.
Yeah. Good for them.
Yeah, so apparently, even though the ratings were down,
low time for the company. Oh, here comes now Coke comes in.
Apparently, from what I understand, this is because even though the ratings might have gone down, technically, the perception has not. And now the company is generally turning a major profit because of the network, and because it's PG and it's more family friendly now. I guess they finally got them.
They can get big sponsors, so even if they lose viewers, they're still making the big bucks.
So good on them, I guess. So let's just hope we keep on riding the momentum, and the product is still good. Speaking of which,
I'll just say, people probably won't get this, but my immediate response with you were saying it's like, even though the viewers are down, they're still getting the sponsors. My immediate response is Jonas from Twister. It's like, he's in it for the money, not the science. It's kind of the same thing. They're in it for the money, not the fans.
I was going to say, Brian, did you see Twister?
Is that even a question?
Yeah, because I just asked it.
I have seen Twister many times. It was daily viewing back in 6th grade because I was a masochist.
Okay, so I guess I'm the only one who didn't.
Really?
I've never seen Twister.
We gotta fix that.
We do.
It may not be a great movie, but it's a fun movie.
Okay.
And Bill Paxton.
Huh.
Welcome to
think 90s fun.
Welcome to Scholars of Bill Paxton, everybody.
Yeah, think 90s fun. Every 90s fun movie. Independence Day. Twister.
Did you see the trailer for the Independence Day movie?
Badass.
Really good. I can't wait.
That I actually want to see.
All right, okay, back to wrestling.
Anyway, back to wrestling and to the pay-per-view that was. Of course, we were talking about WWE TLC, Tables, Ladders, and Chairs 2015. This is pretty much what I expected it to be, and it was good.
It was good. Yeah, it was. I needed something to wash the taste out of my mouth from Survivor Series, and this grade A stuff right here.
And speaking of grade A stuff, we got our pre-show match: Sasha Banks versus Becky Lynch. Sasha wins. For me.
This is the only match that I actually didn't watch because
you missed it.
It was mainly because the
the network was screwing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had problems with that too.
Apparently that was like the big deal for everybody, that the network just kept buffering and just stopping altogether, and people have to close the app and just reopen it.
I know I had to do that.
Let's just say it was like Botchamania, the WWE network.
But once after a little while, everything's just sort of clicked. I was able to watch this. So.
Oh, we were able to watch it too. It was just we were behind on a couple of things.
Nah, it took a minute to readjust. But again, once everything settled with the network, this was probably one of the more solid pre-show matches I've seen in recent memory. I mean, it's Sasha Banks and Becky.
It was solid. It was good. Not as good, obviously, as their NXT stuff, because that got those got half-hour long matches. But for what it was good. It set the table for what was coming later on in the night, and setting up things for later on down the road, and got these two ladies on the pay-per-view, kinda. And,
hey, it still counts.
Yeah, predictable stuff in the match, like finish-wise and all that. But, yeah, it was good stuff.
I dug it. I certainly did. Can't get much better on a pre-show than that. Moving on to the pay-per-view proper, we have in... This very well might have been match of the night. The New Day beating the Usos and the Lucha Dragons in the TLC match for the tag titles. Wow. This one was absolutely incredible. And I'm just going to say it. Kalisto's big spot doing the Selena Del Sol through the ladder.
To Jey Uso.
I hope the first...
Holy crap.
This is gonna sound juvenile, and the first thing, but this is me we're talking about. The first thing I thought when his ass went through that ladder is, I hope he doesn't have to shit tonight. Because that's gonna bring the pain. Okay?
I don't even want to think about the mechanics of that.
But yeah, this match was fucking crazy, man.
Oh, man. This one surpassed
This was out of control. This was out of control in a good way.
Yeah. Talk about a controlled storm, or however you want to quantify it. I mean, this was just...
Kofi Kingston, controlled frenzy. Except it was all 6 of them. Controlled frenzy.
And projectile trombones.
Yeah, Kalisto versus Trombone. Trombone wins.
I still can't believe that spot happened, but I love it.
And what do you do if he misses? What do you do if Xavier Woods misses?
He's Xavier Woods. He does not miss.
Yeah, but I mean,
He's Xavier Woods. He does not miss.
I just want to be like, I want to see. Okay. I kind of wish he did miss, so I could see the Botchamania, because Kalisto would have to act like it hit him and fall down. So it would be the trombone just flying past Kalisto going, ah! And then
I just want to be a fly on the wall when they were planning out that spot. Like, okay, Kalisto, here's what we're gonna do. You're gonna climb up the ladder, right? And then Xavier's gonna get on the ladder, right? Okay, Xavier's going to wind up, and he's going to throw a trombone at you. And it's like, okay, is this before or after I fall through a ladder and almost kill myself? After. Okay. Okay, yeah. The trombone, okay. That's when he's going to throw a trombone at me? Yes, that's when he's going to throw the trombone at you. Okay, a day in life at WWE. Woohoo. And Fool, you're just sitting there nodding.
Mm-hmm. It was good. Yeah.
That's all you have to say?
Yeah. It was a good match. It had moments.
Things happened.
Things happened.
Are you trolling me right now?
Indeed I am. This match was awesome.
I
had so much fun with this match. That that spot had me just jumping out of my seat. Oh my god!
We legitimately thought that those two were dead, and the other two who did a spot right after that were closely following them into the death pit.
The part that made the trombone moment even more great was right before Xavier Woods went to throw it. He was like, "This is a no disqualification." Just drops the mic and just runs in and throws it.
Oh, brother.
And there was wind up. There was like there was build up. Everyone knew he was going to throw the trombone. We were laughing already. But it's like and the bad part is it hit him where he went through the ladder. He went through it hit him like right in the tailbone, small of the back area, so that just adds to the discomfort. You went through a ladder ass first, and now you're taking a trombone.
I have watched that spot over and over again. How Kalisto was able to get up and climb the ladder is beyond me. I was thinking, oh my god, you guys are going to feel this. The second you walk past the curtains, you're going to collapse on the floor. You were just be like, okay, that just happened. And it's actually quite surprising. It may have already been in the Slammies oh my god moment of the year. It should have been in the Extreme moment as well. That should have been a multiple nominated moment.
That should be a multiple winning moment.
Because knowing WWE logic, and I'm standing by this, I still think the Slammies are rigged. And from what I'm...
They are, it's obvious.
Yeah. Anything polls wise are planned. Makes me think of that Shield GIF that you showed me a couple of years ago when the Bellas won Divas of the Year. Yeah, and it was Paige crossed out. It's like... Just say the Bellas, Vince. And you just see Dean Ambrose looking up. I'm sorry, it just popped in my head.
That was a great GIF, though.
That was a great GIF. But, yeah, I think... I'm just going to say right now, I think Seth Rollins cashing in at WrestleMania might take that moment. Even though, obviously, it should be Kalisto and Jey Uso going through a ladder.
I don't know. It's to me, that just sort of seems like it could go one way or the other. Like, it's a different variety, a different flavor of OMG.
It depends. It depends on what segment they're doing afterwards, because the giving of the Slammy Award always leads into the next segment.
Mm-hmm.
So if a tag team match just happens to be the segment after that, then
there you go. It's made
then
up.
it could be the Kalisto deal.
Here's one last thought about this. What did you guys think of the New Day segment the following night on Raw?
Yeah.
It's the New Day, so automatically it just works for me. But it's all
they're supposed to be heels, but now they're sort of faces and they're getting cheered. And now
it looks like they're doing a rivalry with the Lucha Dragons still.
And also, let's face it. Okay, this is Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they don't do what you're supposed to do. Okay, they don't go by what the WWE tells you to cheer and boo. They normally don't do that. Okay, so yeah, they're gonna cheer the New Day no matter what. Any other town, that's a heel move right there, because they're all like respect, respect, respect. It's all me, motherfucker. That's it. So that is typical heel move. The New Day didn't really just turn face. They said, good job, good job, good job, good job. We're still better than you. And then,
because New Day rock.
Yeah. So it just happened to be that they were in Philly, where they rebel most of the time against stuff that they don't like. And they like the New Day. So they're going to cheer it. That doesn't mean the New Day are face-like characters now, no.
They're
something about this still just seemed, I don't know, maybe it was just me and it just didn't sit right with me with the execution. But I don't know.
I think it took too long.
That for what
They went
Yeah,
a little
I can see
too
that.
far into it. It took too long to get to the it's all me. We're better than everyone. It was like a 15-minute long segment when it should have been like 8 most.
That's fair. Still, it was a new day. They didn't overstay their welcome.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff all around. Gotta love a new day. Anyway, next match.
The match was great.
Yes, oh yes it was. It's a great match. Yes, it was. Speaking of something completely different, Rusev defeated Ryback.
It wasn't a bad match.
It wasn't.
It was
bad.
just filler.
It was
just everyone relax. Like it was just put there to calm everyone down from what they just saw.
Yeah,
what they did.
I don't remember a thing about this match.
It was perfectly acceptable wrestling.
And honestly, what you say you don't remember anything? Just look at the Raw before. It was pretty much the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I totally forgot they had a match on Raw too.
It was
was so
it was
forgettable.
It was them for like selling Lana that she.
Lana gets hurt.
I hate.
Oh yeah, now
And
I
then
remember again.
Lana gets hurt. Ryback this time is like, should I go? No, I remember what happened last time, but it's too late because Rusev is on him. Like
And
only
it's honestly reaching the point with Lana it's overselling. Really is for me getting Nikki Bella level.
It's bad.
It's-
the acting is bad. Like it's like she
Lana
trips.
lost her luster.
She trips.
As soon as she came back,
She
yeah.
trips on her heels, and all of a sudden she's like she just got shot in the leg. Okay,
I actually read something the other day about this. It was kind of a whole review, and they're saying they're tired of people passing out to the Accolade. Like it doesn't push Rusev to the right point. It's just and so they could protect their faces. But from how I looked at this match, I actually think Ryback was knocked out from the kick, and just putting the Accolade in was just like the finishing touch. He was already out.
Yeah, because his hands didn't move.
His
or
hand
nothing.
didn't move.
He was just
he
like,
was
nah.
pretty much dead weight when he was put in that submission hold, and the ref was just. I was like, yeah, just call it. He's out already. The putting him in the submission hold was just insult to injury.
And
Granted,
Probably should.
and let's face it, you don't expect a guy like Ryback to tap out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Even though he has already,
So,
but that was when he was with Rybaxel. But
Yeah,
Rybaxel. Need I
Rybaxel.
say more?
That was the thing.
Rybaxel, and he was heel at the time, so heels tap. Yeah, heels tap. But now that he's a semi-big face,
Even though, did you hear the crowd?
yeah, they shit on this.
No.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. Because there was no reaction to Ryback coming out. It was silent.
That's bad.
No one cared. And I even posted, like, in a way, I posted on Twitter, this is kind of sad. Because I like Ryback. Is he, like, top face material? No. But he's not that bad.
He's not dead silent
Yeah.
bad. Okay.
It's just, where were they?
This entire program is.
Where were they? In Pittsburgh? They were in the Pennsylvania area because they were in Philly the next night.
They were in Philly the next night. I think, was it Boston?
Yes, it was Boston.
it
Was Boston because people were
Yeah.
expecting Cena to show up. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so you're in 2 massive WWE like smart fan markets. Okay, and they're gonna let you know that they don't. Apparently, they don't like Ryback at all. They don't.
Ryback's popularity is dropping
So,
like a penny off the Empire State Building.
well, when you have him in ridiculous feuds with Rusev, oh, I'm gonna run over your woman. Every match that we have, every match is the same.
The match
like-
was the same. It's nothing
Yeah.
changed. It was just time filler.
Yeah,
That's all this match
It was
was.
time filler. It was perfectly acceptable wrestling.
It's a
There
dead
wasn't any
segment.
botches.
Mm-hmm.
There wasn't any botches or anything. I didn't hate watching it.
But still, it was entirely
was there.
forgettable.
Yeah.
It
All right.
was there.
Moving on.
Speaking of entirely forgettable, next match, Alberto Del Rio defeated Jack Swagger.
I actually liked this. I liked what I saw of it because we didn't get to see the ending.
I was still kind of zoned out, so I totally forgot about this match.
Let me put it this way with this one. I didn't care when they fought for the world title at WrestleMania. What makes them think I'm going to care about this match for the United States title at TLC? A title that I actually do not care about, which I actually did care about the World Heavyweight title.
Well, I'll say this, and this will put the point across, okay? There were 8 people at our buddy's house where we were watching it.
Mm-hmm.
I think maybe 2 were paying attention to the match. Okay,
That says it all right.
a lot of phones were out. A lot of texting and Facebooking were going on, and me and JML were watching to see what was happening.
And you know what?
And then just to put the icing on the cake, the network shut down again, and
we don't see the ending of the match.
We don't see the ending of the match. I have to get the ending on Twitter.
And you know what the crazy part is? You can actually, because of everyone having smartphones now, you can actually see on TV in the crowd when people are looking at their phones. It's more of a visual thing now. If you see people looking down while a match is going on, that's got to be like kryptonite to whoever's in the back trying to just keep track of interest. Like, it's so much more visual now when you just see a whole bunch of people just looking down at their phones.
And I'm going back to the reviews I heard. People it's like, oh, the United States Championship completely lost the prestige that John Cena gave it back. And my argument to that, the United States Championship never regained that prestige. It was just about John Cena. It was never about the United States Championship. Yes, he was doing the U.S. Open challenges, but it was all about John Cena.
I would counter argue with that with it might have been all about John Cena later on, but when there were still really, really good long back and forth matches happening for it during, like, I want to say the first half of it, when it was still very unpredictable and you had all these big time matches occurring all around the U.S. title. At first, yeah, I do think that Cena held the title for way too long. So,
for me, yeah, it may have started out that way because I was a fan of what he was doing with it. But all in all, it's like it's not about winning the United States Championship. It was about beating John Cena,
which is to be fair, is a rub in and of itself right now. But no matter how you. At this point, it's almost irrelevant because no matter what you feel that he got from whether it's from beating John Cena or winning the U.S. title, no matter how you see it, whatever he got from that,
Del Rio, you mean?
Yeah, whatever Del Rio got from that is just totally lost at this point.
I don't think it ever got it because they
they
didn't make it a spectacle that he won the title in the first place.
Because he went right from that to Mex America, which totally killed everything.
Yeah, because let's face it, the storyline that they gave him coming back, okay, has been flat since the beginning. Bad promos, bad segments. That segment where he and Zeb Coulter broke up, as it were. Fucking horrid. Okay,
that was
it's because he's joined the League of Nations, and they're just toss this storyline away.
Here's the problem with this match being for the United States title. Okay, Alberto Del Rio is in supposed to be a huge storyline. Okay, the League of Nations versus the family, or whatever. Okay? This match has nothing to do with that storyline at all. They're trying to fit Del Rio into 2 separate storylines at the same time. It doesn't work. Okay, the match itself, from what I saw, was good. It was perfectly acceptable. There weren't. I did get a casual fan friend of mine to say that he was pissed off at Del Rio because you could see that his head was not hitting the chairs at the beginning when Jack Swagger was just ramming him into every single chair that he could find.
Yes.
Like you could see, like, most of the time with good wrestlers, you know that they're not actually hitting their head, but it looks like they're hitting their head. You know, but a casual fan friend was getting annoyed because he could tell that Del Rio was not hitting those chairs. Mm-hmm. Okay, which is bad. But other than I was fine with this match up until the point when the WWE Network shut down on us. I guess that was a clue. But so once again, didn't hate it. It was there.
Exactly. Yeah.
It was forgettable.
It was forgettable. I didn't care about it. I watched it. I was like, pretty much. We knew Del Rio was gonna win. Hell, it was a three-way. It was a three-way landslide for the prediction show. Mm-hmm. It was good. It was good wrestling. No one cared about the story.
That's all I
gist
got,
of it.
Really.
No one cares about Del Rio. It's the same thing that happened before he left.
Mm-hmm.
No one gives a crap. It doesn't matter that he beat John Cena. Guess what? We've seen it.
Because they totally drained away all the man's charisma. And it's really sucks. Please, Alberto, just give Alberto his dignity and his charisma back, please.
Well, they're feeding the League of Nations to Roman Reigns, so
give him his "you already knew that" gimmick back. That was the last time he had charisma for me.
When he let him get over. What a novel idea.
When he was when he was that arrogant. I'm better than everybody else, but you already knew that.
All right. I had enough talking about Del Rio.
Yeah, let's move this on to something awesome, like the Wyatt family beating the ECW Originals in a 8-man tag team elimination tables match.
What?
Holy crap.
What a sloppy mess.
Yes. Yeah.
Every time you see they showed Braun Strowman and Bubba Ray Dudley, they were messing up. From the whole punching the trash can to Bubba, what was it, jumping off the apron?
I don't know what that was.
What the hell was that? This match alone is botchamania.
Yeah, this match...
Nothing bad else happened on this pay-per-view botch-wise. This match.
This was entertaining to me for all the wrong reasons.
Oh my... Granted, it was kind of... I kind of wanted it to be a complete, clean victory from the Wyatt family, but of course, Eric Rowan was kind of the... what's the term?
But...
No, I know exactly what you're going to say. Yeah. But, yeah, he get his revenge the next night.
He got his revenge.
The next night made every little bit of this worthwhile, 100%.
Yeah, this match was not good on the pay-per-view. It was not. But it was entertaining. It was entertaining, but not good. The next night, on the other hand,
made up for everything.
Oh.
That's how you do it.
That was masterful the night after.
For the other than Strowman and Bubba having no chemistry whatsoever in the ring, my only real gripe with this match is I personally feel that Bray Wyatt should have ended the match, putting Bubba through the table.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Vince McMahon is getting really behind Braun Strowman. Oh my God.
It is Vince McMahon.
Yeah, it's like he's so behind Braun Strowman that he has to get the last one. Like, he's the one who has to take the leader of Team ECW out.
Then the next night, you also got Eric Rowan, of all people, getting that push.
I believe they're having
He does deserve it. You're right.
I believe that they're having Bray Wyatt, like, he'll like in this match, he'll get the one elimination off of that badass STO to Devon Dudley. That looked like it hurt.
I even liked Luke Harper's suicide dive onto Tommy Dreamer to get him eliminated.
But it seems like they're having Bray Wyatt just be like the ringleader. Like he'll
Which
be
is where he works well, to be fair.
Where
he
like
works
last
well that way.
with Eric Rowan, he was just like he was in the corner. He could have finished it off, but he was like, "No."
Did he miss the table?
Who?
Eric Rowan?
No.
Did he originally miss the table? It looked like he was like supposed to get pushed off the turnbuckle through the table, but he like over jumped it, and so they kind of improvised that 3D.
No,
I don't know. That whole Eric Rowan elimination kind of was sloppy to me.
This whole match was sloppy. That's it. But it's also like Bray Wyatt could have ended that either of these matches at any time, but he was just like, "No, you do it." No.
Well, it wasn't even like that because Bubba was just about to light the table on fire with lighter fluid. Granted, that was the biggest tease.
Yeah.
That was the biggest cock tease of this match.
Tease don't please.
Where he has the lighter fluid, he's about to start on fire. Then Braun Strowman is like, "Nope."
No fun allowed.
Do I feel? Am I the only one that feel like Bray Wyatt is kind of just getting the short end? Like he's the one who's like wrestling wise gets on the same beatdown as Luke Harper, and then Braun Strowman is the one trying to get the good rub.
Lately, yeah, you're not wrong.
You're not. You're not wrong.
I'm just not a big fan of it because it's like you said, he's the ringleader. He should be the one who should beat all of them.
I like the fact that you actually saw on the at the Extreme Rules match, like he was in the ring sitting down while Rhino was out and Eric Rowan was up, and he was like, and you could see it. It was like you weren't around last night. You finish him off.
Yeah,
go ahead. That I like to see that because that is pure ringleader. It's like
I do like that too.
That was a nice touch.
You do it. I could do it right now, but you know what? You do it. That's it.
Now here's the question: where do the Wyatts go from here?
I'll get to that later.
I got nothing.
I've got a thought, but we'll get to that later.
All right.
Sorry, there's sweet water. Anyway, next match. I know you like this one, fool. Dean Ambrose beating Kevin Owens for the Intercontinental title.
I actually didn't make this clear last week. I didn't care who won this one. I even posted on Twitter. It's like, oh, Dean Ambrose won the IC title. I ain't even mad. This, in my opinion, was a 10 times better match than the world title match.
You're not wrong.
Yeah,
at all.
definitely.
For one big reason. Not like storytelling wise in the ring, it was beautiful storytelling. Both these guys are even. And one thing I liked about it, remember how it was, who was it? Stone Cold Steve Austin that said the finishing move is dead. And this match just showed you don't have that statement. Like, it can be possible to give it life again, because even though Dean Ambrose hit the dirty deeds on Kevin Owens,
the only
reason he didn't kick out,
pinky.
He did pinky on the ropes.
I love that spot.
Pinky.
That was so great.
And then what made it even better is Kevin Owens never landed his pop-up powerbomb for Dean Ambrose to kick out. It was a reverse to Hurricane Rana pin. That ended the match. That I'm like,
it's the little things.
It's like, it is the little things, because I'm like, that just shows he didn't need to, like, they don't need to both have finishing maneuvers and kick out.
You will always get that in a Kevin Owens match because he knows and he knows how to set up the little things. Like, it's the same thing as when he won against Ryback for the Intercontinental title with the eye rake and the Like, you don't need to beat Ryback with the pop-up powerbomb. You could beat him with the eye rake and the roll-up, and that's fine. This whole thing.
The one difference, like, I'm just talking about the fact of, like, there was no finishing move, 1, 2, kick out of the finishing maneuver, because that is being done to death. At least in the World Heavyweight title picture. It's reached the point where it's just ridiculous.
And you know what?
This match was refreshing.
Yes. I'm going to say something here that might be a little bit controversial, or it might be proven wrong in the next few weeks. I don't know. But I'm going to say it anyway. After watching this match, and of course I've been saying for years, or at least for a good long while, most of this year as far as when everyone was entering into this whole lexicon altogether, Kevin Owens is definite World Heavyweight Championship material.
Mm-hmm.
Dean Ambrose is definite World Heavyweight Championship material. I cared about this match. These guys put on a relatively innovative, exciting match to watch all around the Intercontinental title, and I realized, you know what? The Intercontinental title is the workhorse title again.
The Intercontinental title is back.
It's back.
Thank you. Oh, that is 150% correct.
We have the happiest man on the planet about that here tonight.
Yeah, I was like thinking, you know what? These guys should be going for. These guys are main event level talent, and it sort of hit me out of the blue. I'm like, wait a minute, this is where it should be. This is fine. I ain't even mad.
There you exactly.
Yeah.
That is exactly right.
This whole match is made of I ain't even mad.
This is what the Intercontinental title is all about. Yeah. And this is really building prestige to it. Mm-hmm. This is real prestige revival of the title, of the mid-card title.
Mm-hmm. And based on what we're going to see in the main event and everything happen the next night, gives me more reason other than that to celebrate. But hey, good stuff all around. Bravo, fellas.
This honestly,
this match is a goat face.
Oh yeah, this match alone is a goat face. The ladder match, as much as I love it, the tag team ladder match, from like the way I look at for match of the night, I look at it through every aspect.
Yeah. Best pure wrestling story wise.
Like for me, that match was spectacle of the night.
Yeah.
Yes.
When it comes to actual bell to bell match, I give it to this one.
Yeah, you got for this show, you've got spectacle of the night. You've got match of the night, and you've got moment of the night. We'll get to moment of the night later, but for me at least. But this, I agree with Tarek in basically saying this was the best pure wrestling match of the night. Storyline-wise, match-wise, ending-wise. It total package right here. This was great.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant stuff.
I couldn't be any more happier right now. And I hope they continue going with this.
Good, strong finish. I like it. Next match, we had Charlotte defeating Paige for the retainer Divas title. Of course, it's tough to come off an Intercontinental title match like that, but these ladies did a good job.
This match was so much better than their Survivor Series match.
It really was. It really was.
Yeah, and now you've got the added story going into it that Ric Flair, like Charlotte Flair, is turning into the new dirtiest woman in the game. So I like that they added that bit. Okay, it wasn't just pure revenge like the last match should have been.
Turn, right?
It's just
Even though they're kind of hinting at the heel turn after the whole Becky Lynch.
Yeah,
it's a slow burn.
This whole thing, and you rarely get that, if at all, in the Divas division.
People, back to the reviews I heard, they're like, people were upset with this match because they're like, oh, they're not a big fan of the storylines. Like, who are we supposed to cheer for? Type ordeal.
Right.
But honestly, it adds. It's not just black and white. It's adding gray to it.
Yeah,
and I like it. It makes it more better term, three-dimensional.
Yeah, I like matches that have shades of gray in them. Like, you don't know what to do. It's like you've got both characters have heelish tendencies. They also have face-like tendencies.
There you go.
Yeah. I certainly understand that sentiment, though, because with something like wrestling, you don't need to be like, one-dimensional and cheeseball, but there does need to be some sort of definition to who the generally good person is and who the even worse person is.
Well,
like even with a Stone Cold Steve Austin match back in the day, generally speaking, it wasn't so much good guys and bad guys, it was bad guys and worse guys, in the case of most of what Stone Cold Steve Austin did. This one, it was kind of unclear, but the charisma and the way they played it off, Charlotte and Paige, Charlotte was still mostly in face territory, and Paige was still in sort of meh.
Until the end, when it did a flip.
But there was still a dynamic to follow.
Yeah.
Will Paige turn face after this? Most likely not.
Honestly, I think this feud is pretty much over, and then something new is going to start up around the Royal Rumble time.
Yeah, we're gonna get. I can see, since they have 6 weeks to build to the Royal Rumble, it's gonna be a slow build
for Charlotte and Becky Lynch.
Charlotte and Becky Lynch title match at the Royal Rumble with Becky Lynch as the face and Charlotte as the heel.
Or, I'm not saying it's not going to happen, or this could be a time when Sasha steps up.
Sasha will be... I say Sasha is the WrestleMania opponent.
You know what? I'll take
whoever,
that one. I'll take that one.
Of whoever comes out of the Royal Rumble as champion, probably Charlotte. But the storyline is too focused on Charlotte and Becky Lynch for it to be anything but going into the Royal Rumble.
I look at this a little differently. Yes, I do see Sasha at WrestleMania, but I even said this last week. I actually see Charlotte beating all three, starting with Paige, and then Royal Rumble Becky Lynch, and then the next person coming up is Sasha. And once again, all three of them have Ric Flair, dirtiest player in the game tendencies that end it with Charlotte winning. And then we're going to get a fatal 4-way at WrestleMania. All 4 women.
That would be interesting.
At WrestleMania.
Interesting. Say interessant.
Oh, it's interesting, but I hope WWE does it. Because, it makes sense with the 3 women that they brought up from NXT, this quote-unquote start the Divas Revolution, and Paige, the
anti-diva,
and really thinking about
OG.
it, she really did start the Divas Revolution, because
at least in NXT,
in general, she did, because she was the one standing up to what the Divas division was, and it was pretty much how the Bellas were running the place, and she was the one stepping up about it.
If you want to go that far, then AJ Lee would have been the first.
Yeah, but AJ Lee isn't here.
But AJ Lee.
That's why I said technically.
So it's like you have
the best you can. You made to do with what you got.
For AJ Lee. She did her AJ Lee pipe bomb, but it really led to nothing. It just led to what was it, the tag match at WrestleMania? Yeah. But this one, it was like, now we're making it a storyline that
like husband, like wife.
And you also get all 4 of your best wrestling women on the main roster at this point on the card for WrestleMania. And I'm like, that's a win. That's a win right there.
Hey.
And have it be WrestleMania 2000 style elimination.
Give them 10 minutes.
Hell, give them more. Give them at least 20.
That's not happening.
For a 4-hour show?
Let's say 15. That's still a pretty safe bet.
15 I'll give.
Yeah, 20 is a pipe dream for a Divas match, okay? I'm sorry, but this ain't NXT.
If Triple H ran
Triple H ran it, sure, but Triple H isn't running it.
Let's put it this way. If it ends up being a 1-on-1, I can see it going 18 to 20. If it's the fatal 4-way in some degree, I can see it going around 15.
Okay.
Yeah, because if it's one-on-one, they can... If they bring in any of the horsewomen or Paige or any of them, any combination of the two can put on some dynamite.
And then after WrestleMania, here comes Bayley.
And
so
here
that's
comes
it.
Bayley, and then there you go.
Yep.
And then let's move on to what we've been alluding to for the past 45 minutes. We have Sheamus defeating Roman Reigns for the title to retain it. And then we got some gold the next night.
And then we got the Roman Reigns we should have gotten the moment the Shield broke up.
A year and a half ago.
The angry, wild Samoan who gives no shits.
This, it is amazing how they got the Boston crowd to say, we want Cena, we want Rollins, we want Bryan, to automatically turning around and going, thank you, Roman, after taking out Triple H.
Loud and in unison. It was it was weird, man, but it was justified because this... First of all, okay, the match itself, predictable.
Yeah.
Predictable ending. Good. Very brutal. The way a TLC match between these two should have been. Tables were getting broken. Chairs were being used. Tables were being fucked up. And just exactly how it should have been used. And the predictable ending of the League of Nations coming out and screwing over Roman Reigns. What I did not expect...
Minus an injured Wade Barrett again.
What I did not...
Sad face, yeah. We were wondering where he was, but then I read that he's in rehab for a neck injury he has. It's oh, that sucks.
What I did not expect was what came next. Because the way that the WWE had been booking Roman Reigns, I thought that he was just going to do his little cry thing and then come back the next night and start demanding a rematch at the Royal Rumble. No, we finally got the Roman Reigns we have been begging for since the Shield broke up. We got the angry Samoan. This dude snapped and first took out the League of Nations, which was okay and expected on its own. But what I did not... I expected when Triple H came out that it would just be a Superman punch, maybe a spear, and then that was it. No, we got a Superman punch. We've got chairs to the back, Triple H selling Shawn Michaels Hulk Hogan style. Okay?
That was hilarious.
And we got tables being broken.
And no, it was even better because he powerbombed Triple H. The Spanish announce table was just I don't feel like breaking just yet. So Roman climbs on the other commentating table and just dives an elbow to Triple H through the table. And then he walks away. You think it's over. You think it's over.
JMO makes the statement as he's walking away. This is great. He's like, you know what would really be great right now? If he kills it off with a spear.
And what does he do?
As soon as he says that, Roman Reigns turns around, takes off,
charges, and spears Triple H.
Spears him CM Punk from off the camera style. It was not the running hug that he gave Sheamus the night after. This was straight up, left his feet,
and flew
into Triple H. This was a spear that looked like it hurt. It was perfect. And this was the Roman Reigns I had been waiting to see and made everything that came before it. Still haven't been forgiven for tater tots. No.
He hasn't deserved that pass yet.
But okay. It made me on board for what came next.
And what a shocking event it turns out to be on Monday Night Raw.
Good Raw for once.
A good Raw
Great
for once.
Raw
with the return of the real boss, Vincent Kennedy McMahon, damn it.
And yes, Roman Reigns had a moment. Roman Reigns had a moment.
He got kicked in the balls.
Where he made a food reference about Vince McMahon's
Grapefruits.
Okay.
But you know what?
But at least this time it made sense.
Because, it made sense because grapefruits was referenced by Vince McMahon himself in the past. Tater tots was never referenced before. Suffering succotash was never referenced before. This worked.
It worked. It worked, and I'm willing to give it a pass because in the context of the situation, yes, that is the correct thing to say. Okay, when Tater Tots came out of nowhere, and he kept running it into the ground. This was quick. It was easy. The boss killed it off with a pole shot, and we were on to the next segment. So it didn't really piss me off too much. Okay.
You didn't care for it?
I didn't care for the whole testicle thing. Like it almost seemed like they were trying to set this thing up where he was just going to make testicle jokes for all of his opponents.
I don't think so. I think this was just a one-time. I think this was just a one-time deal for the man who keeps bragging about his grapefruits.
And then Roman Reigns being like, "Oh, so I guess you don't have as big of grapefruits as you say you do if you're not going to put up the title. Looks like they're just saggy old prunes."
You son of a bitch!
It was like, yeah, and that's gonna get Vince McMahon riled up enough to give him the title shot, in which Roman Reigns overcomes. As
here's the one thing: the second Sheamus came out and says, "I'm so confident, I'm putting the title on the line."
Yeah, I was like,
I'm like, he's winning the title tonight.
They're actually doing it.
He's winning the belt tonight, and I like the moment when Roman Reigns actually defeated Sheamus after Superman punching Vince McMahon, which was just like, what?
No, and that was the moment where I was like, I'm okay with this, because even though they're going with the Roman Reigns title win, he's still the angry Samoan from the night before who gives no fucks. He just knocked out a 70-year-old man.
And I was like, when was the last time, excluding cash-ins, Money in the Bank cash-ins, when was the last time a world title match changed hands on a Raw?
2000.
Quite a while.
What
Triple H beating the Big Show.
That's exactly that. That's it. That was the only match that I remember ever having it ever happen.
Well, also the Mankind won it on Raw.
But that was before
'99.
But the last time
was Triple H beating the Big Show
15 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big deal. But once again, as I said it, the moment Sheamus won the belt, he was a transitional champion. He was booked as a transitional champion. The stable of the League of Nations, they don't matter.
Kind of pointless now.
It's completely pointless. There is, yes, you have Roman Reigns now as the top babyface. Now they've kind of solidified it. Hopefully that bridge won't crumble soon.
And here's the deal, okay? Here's the big deal about what happened, okay? There were cheers from the Philadelphia crowd that booed the shit out of him when he won the Royal Rumble. There was a pretty good cheer when he won the World Heavyweight title.
And do you realize why?
I'm sure it's because of the Vince McMahon thing.
I've got my own rant about that ready to go.
But it's for me, it's like just the difference a 2-day time period can make in a character.
And now, like before, as I was about to finish,
that had nothing to do with the Pennsylvania
now that they have their top, you can say it. Now that they have their top babyface, we still don't have a top heel. Sheamus is not. Sheamus is not.
I didn't say that.
I'm not, and I'm just saying. I'm not assuming that you're going to say that. I'm just saying, because Sheamus was the champion, he was still the transitional guy. There is no top heel now.
Until Vince McMahon brings in Brock Lesnar,
and that was oh God, I hope not. And that was WWE's problem. Right, that's been their problem for a long time. They're building their company on one guy. They did it with John Cena, and now they're doing it again with Roman Reigns. now there's no one who can actually be a credible threat now to Roman Reigns.
Yet.
With how they've been booking it, because they like to have their one man show. And I hope that they were like, you know what? This whole one man show thing, it didn't work. Because, yeah, John Cena may be the top selling guy. He may be the baby face of the company. But it's the fact that now you have John Cena, and then you have the rest of the talent that pretty much are just so not in the league where they should be.
You're speaking truth right now, and I think I do need to bring this up. I do need to have quite a bit to say, just because of what went down and why it worked, because it did work. It's not entirely because of Roman Reigns. Personally, I am not convinced that Roman Reigns is still ready yet. He's not where he could be, but as far as where he should be for right now, he is. My hypothesis for why the Philly crowd cheered Roman Reigns as much as they did, is multifaceted. One reason is because we already knew it was coming and they finally pulled the damn trigger on him. That's number one. They just got out of the way. They realized, okay, there's no reason to prolong this anymore. Something's actually happening now on Raw. Mm-hmm. Again, it's been 15 years since a WWE Championship title exchange actually happened on a Raw. So that was
in a match.
In a match. That's number two.
Excluding cash-ins, yeah.
Yeah. Number three, many things of note happened on a Raw, including this big thing, which, let's face it, was an exciting match. Was an exciting moment to watch. I actually didn't fall asleep before the main event and saw the entire thing. That's how enthralled I was. Me talking about Roman Reigns, that's saying something. But for me personally, the fourth and biggest reason why this entire thing works is it actually sets the stage for the most important thing of all. It makes the Royal Rumble unpredictable and opens so many different alternatives to happen. Because last year, the prevailing thing the fans wanted was anyone but Roman. For the year before that, it was Daniel Bryan must win. This year, any number of things could happen, because as long as Roman Reigns has the belt going into the Royal Rumble, because let's face it, he's going to retain. What we get now is any number of. It makes the Royal Rumble unpredictable. There's a whole handful of things that could happen now.
We might
such as, like you said, regardless of whether or not you like it, John Cena could come back. They could do a big superhero versus superhero match, which would work in my eyes just because it's something different. They could have Brock Lesnar win, even though you might not like it as much. They could still finally do the one-on-one match that they never got from last year to finally settle the scores. And now that there's no Money in the Bank cash-ins, they could, assuming he's actually good enough to go, if he's healthy enough, they could bring in Daniel Bryan in to do finally a sort of a return match to finally settle the score, and then that could get Daniel Bryan his big Royal Rumble win if he's healthy. It might be a little bit of an outside chance, but talking about what the Wyatts could do afterwards, that's when they could have Bray Wyatt win the Royal Rumble. That's when they elevate the Wyatts to main event level heels, and that's why they can do a whole big thing where the Wyatt family just totally goes nuts. They could totally decimate Raw, harass Roman Reigns for the next month and a half until WrestleMania, or whatever, however long it is, setting up a big massive fight. Maybe Bray Wyatt could win the title then. Probably not, but who knows? I mean, the list goes on and on.
Mm-hmm.
Any number of things could be set up for the Royal Rumble now that everything for for the first time in 3 years, not everything is banking on one likely result. Now, any number of things could happen. And that, for me personally, as someone who absolutely adores the Royal Rumble match and the unpredictability that it brings with it, that is exactly what I wanted, and that is the best thing Roman Reigns could be doing right now. I'm still not 100% convinced that he's ready for the burden, the main event burden that they're going to give him, or the spot he's in right now, or that he can keep this up. But for this moment, right now, it worked for Roman Reigns. Okay. Ted, you're it.
I agree with you about Roman Reigns. With Roman Reigns winning the title. Personally, yes, it's now a big moment that he won it on a Raw clean. But personally, I feel like, yeah, it is a little too soon. But because this Roman Reigns is still, the Roman Reigns we finally want is still brand new. I feel like they should have had him continuously attack, not caring throughout. It's okay, I'm confident. I can. They can move the storyline that they did on Raw and have it be the setup for their match at the Rumble. I feel like, yeah, it's just oh, we like it. All right, the fans are actually starting to like him now. Throw the belt on him. That type of ordeal. That's, like I said, I liked it. It just felt so rushed, and it completely demolished. Once again, it's it completely proved the whole point that I've been making since Sheamus won the title. He is nothing more than a transitional champion. The League of Nations is jack shit. I'm sorry. The fact they've been since they
have been. They aren't doing anything with them yet.
They've done nothing as a stable. Yeah, they may be quote unquote stable, but they are not. They're like. Now I'm going into the 2016 video games. You have a stable, but they come out separate. That's not, I feel like that's not a real stable. A real stable should come out together. We are one unit type ordeal. Kind of like what the Wyatt family is.
Yeah, exactly. To me, this isn't... If it were in any other context, I would say you're totally 100% right. They're just, hot-shotting. They're finally, misinterpreting the cheers and then finally putting a belt on Roman. If it were any other context, I would agree with you 100%. But because it's Roman Reigns and we know that he was already going to be, let's face it, he was going to be the champion at some point no matter what. Might as well pulling the trigger on him now is just getting it, to me, just felt like getting it over with. I felt more like that way when they were doing that with Batista or Randy Orton for the first time. Then they were just sort of came out of nowhere, and I don't think they were totally ready for that yet. With this one, I felt like they were grooming Roman Reigns anyway. So to me, that most of the joy came from, okay, they got it out of the way, now we can move on to something new. In a similar vein, I think that because they knew that the League of Nations was not working, that's why you saw Roman Reigns completely decimate all of them.
The thing is,
and it made it acceptable.
It wasn't working because they didn't even do anything to make it work. It was a good idea. These guys are in booking wise top tier heels. Hell, even I'll include Ray Barrett. It would be a good rub for him to finally be put in that real main event spot to get him out of that whole losing to R-Truth King of the Ring storyline bullshit. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Look, the smile on Brian's face because it's true. It was these could have actually helped these guys. Instead, it just makes the whole. It's once again WWE horribly booking your heels to make them look like weak cowards. You don't. And I hope that this Royal Rumble will bring something new to it. And actually, it made me think of a new. Scholars Quick Talk.
I knew it.
Good. It's a pretty good segue, actually.
Yeah. I could talk about these guys forever. So
before
kick it off.
Before the show started, I had two. Now it's three.
Let's go on to Scholars Quick Talk. What do you got?
Both of them are centered around the Royal Rumble. Where's my phone?
Yeah, just to close out close out
Okay,
my thoughts.
okay. The one I got off the top of my head, the brand new one. The winner of the Royal Rumble this year will be the new top heel of WWE.
I think it's a very good shot because they desperately need one.
I honestly think that it's going to be a returnee, so I don't think it'll be a new top heel. It will be someone who already is or was a top heel before they left.
What's funny is that goes to my next one. A new face will win the Royal Rumble this year.
No.
A new face.
Someone who hasn't won the Royal Rumble yet.
No.
Let's see. Did Brock Lesnar ever win?
Nope.
Yes.
Did he?
Yep. 2003.
Oh. I actually
Honestly,
thought he didn't.
He won to get
because
the
of-
shot at Kurt Angle.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Because of the unpredictability element of it, I'd say it's about a 50-50 shot.
My whole argument is like I understand why having John Cena or Brock Lesnar go against Roman Reigns because it'll be the good rub.
It's an option.
But I just honestly don't feel like I feel like it's at a time when you should be developing new new stars instead of once again WWE's horrible booking relying on part-timer like Brock Lesnar and relying on John Cena.
Again, you're not wrong, and again, I'm not saying that's the right thing to do. My main point was the alternatives. That they have many alternatives, and we don't know which one of them they will go with. But any one that they do choose is bound to be better than what we got for the past 2 years. Mm-hmm. That's all I was saying.
And this one's kind of a fun one.
Okay,
because speaking of John Cena, he's in that new movie that came out, Sisters, where he plays a drug dealer named Pazuzu, and apparently he's one of the highlights of the movie.
I did not hear about this.
Yeah, he plays a drug dealer named Pazuzu, and he's one of the highlights of the movie. And apparently, from the outtakes that are at the end of the credits, he was told that he can improvise most of his lines, and he is hilarious.
Of course he is.
Well, this is a dude who those hilarious freestyles, which made him popular in the first place.
Yeah,
so now the scholars
WWE totally ruined him.
So now the scholars quick talk. Will we ever see a John Cena Rock movie?
We better.
Yeah.
It sounds like a great idea, which is why WWE won't do it.
No, it doesn't have to be WWE. It could be...
Because John
Cena's looking into retirement.
Yeah,
seriously.
He actually is really looking into retirement now.
So when he retires and he's not under the WWE blanket, he can go.
And he could be another guy that can go into Hollywood. I think he can do it.
That's possible. He's already there, pretty much.
He could be
not
like
WWE
the comedy
movies.
guy. No, because he was in Trainwreck. He's in the Sisters. He's apparently a really funny guy. So have The Rock be the serious one. Have a buddy cop movie. The Rock is the serious the serious cop. John Cena into cracking jokes and doing freestyle raps and all that, and it's just the.
How's this for humor? The John Cena goes with The Rock in a Fast and Furious movie, and John Cena will play a villain. The Rock's character versus the John Cena character. That would just be that's funny.
And then throw in Vin Diesel to the thing.
Throw in Vin Diesel. That would just be awkward.
There's
just three
muscleheads going at it.
Muscly guys. Too much muscly guys. If I want to see that many muscly guys, I'll watch wrestling.
Well, they need to come up with something new because of the death of Paul Walker. So
hey, you know what?
Big muscly guys, yeah.
This summer, The Rock, John Cena, and Vin Diesel are big muscly guys.
In Fast, whatever number they're at.
No,
what is it, 8?
Not even Fast.
No, the name of the movie is Big Muscly Guys, starring The Rock, John Cena, and Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel, The Rock, John Cena, big muscly guys. With cars.
No, not even cars. Just what?
It has to be Fast and Furious. It has to be cars.
It doesn't have to be Fast and Furious, period. Just teach Vin Diesel how to wrestle. Just throw him in WWE. You get the same...
Oh, God.
All right, we're getting severely off topic here. But the point is, things are unpredictable now. They can go any which way. And
hopefully it's a good way.
And we want to know what you think. I don't know why I just pointed at my window because there's no one else here, but you know what? We still want to hear from you.
Go through the motions, man. It's
going
fun.
through the motions. Like
Phoning it in.
Not phoning it in. Neither should you. So tell us what you think. Leave us a comment on this video. Like if you like what you hear. Subscribe to our channel if you want to see more. Of course, you can also like us on our Facebook page at the Scholars of Wrestling Show. And you can also follow us on our Twitter machines at ScholarsOW. You can find me at I'm Robbie Rage. Fool, where are you?
I'm at the Avataric.
And other guy.
And I am at Atomic
He's not other
Depot.
guy. He's not other guy.
I'm the guy.
And you, other guy, this really cool Blank Man t-shirt.
Oh, one thing. Before we go, I completely forgot. Facial hair ratings for TLC. What would you give it?
I
Full
will
beard.
go full beard, yeah.
4 out of 5 full beard.
4 out of 5.
Yeah, 4 out of 5. Okay, yeah.
It was
like...
It was a 3 out of... It was a classic OT, but that last 5 minutes put it over the top.
And
the Raw following after, and the all the hype surrounding what we could get, that is definitely go face. 5 out of 5.
when it comes... For me, how I looked at it is... I knew it was going to be better than Survivor Series, but I didn't have any high expectations. So it did greatly exceed my expectations. It was great. I had my moments, and that took it down just one spot. Mm-hmm. So
let me ask this real quick. Did this Raw kind of feel like the Raw after WrestleMania Raw?
It did.
It really did.
Yeah.
It did.
It did.
Yeah, I that's what brought it up for me. That this felt like a big show.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, back to the closing. Back to the closing.
I already did it. You guys talked past it.
All right.
But anyway, just to close things out again, we will not be posting a episode on Christmas week for obvious reasons. So
we're gonna be drunk on eggnog.
Well, you are.
Yes,
I'm like
I
eggnog.
Anyway,
but expect us to be the week after for our yearly review with our Scholars of Wrestling awards show.
Yes, indeedy. Until then, you know who we are. We are the Scholars of Wrestling, and you have just been schooled.
You're welcome.
See you in the new year, boys.
See y'all next year.